Remember, I bet for most of you, your earliest memory would be from about age 3, right? Well, that's true for most adults. We can't remember anything that happened before the age of 3, and this phenomenon is so widespread and well documented, it has a name. It's called child amnesia, and it was first documented in 1893. As I said, this phenomenon refers to adults not being able to remember the childhood incidents. It's not the children trying to remember events from last month or last years. Of course, you followed that if you can remember incidents as a child, you probably won't remember as an adult. Okay, so why is this? What is the reason for childhood amnesia? Well, once after neural explanation was the child were impressed and memories are disturbing, so that is adults we keep them buried, or so we can call them. So this is based on, well, it's not based on the kind of self-research in the lab testing we are talking about. So let's put the explanation aside and concentrate on just two, okay? It could be that the children we do form memories of things prior to ages of 3 but forget as we get to grow older. Let's an explanation. Another possibility is that the children younger than 3 lack some cognitive capacity from memories. And that idea that children are unable to form memories that has been the dominant belief globally for the past 100 years. And this idea is very much tied to things, the theory of John Piaget and also to language development in children. So Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Piaget suggests that because they don't have language, children younger than 18 to 24 months live in the here and now. That is, they lack the means to symbolically represent objects and events that were not physically present. Everybody get that? Piaget proposed that young children don't have a way to represent things that aren't right in front of them. That's what language does, right? Words represent things, ideas. Once language started to develop for age 2, they do have a system for symbolic representation and can talk about things which aren't in their immediate environment, including the past. Of course, he didn't claim that infants don't have any sort of memory. He acknowledged that they can recognize some stimuli, like faces, and for many years, this model were very much in favor in psychology, even though memory tests were never performed on young children. Well, finally, in the 1980s, a study was done, and this study showed that very young children under the age of 2 do have the capacity for recall. Now, if we children can talk, how was the recall tested? Well, that's a good question since the capacity for recall has always been linked with the ability to talk. So the researchers set up an experiment using imitation-based tasks. Adults use proper toys or other objects to demonstrate action that has two steps. The children were asked to imitate the steps immediately and then hear again after a delay over 1 or month. And even after a delay, the children couldn't call or replicate the action, the object they used and the step involved and the order of the step. Even children young as 9 months. Now, tests showed that there was a faster way to forgetting among the youngest children, but most importantly, it shows that the development of recall did not depend on language development, and that was an important finding. I guess I should add that the finding don't say that there was no connection between the development of language and memory. There is some evidence that we are being able to talk about does lead to having a strong memory of that event, but that doesn't seem to the real issue here. So back to our question about the cause of the childhood amnesia. Well, there is something called the rate of forgetting, and childhood amnesia may reflect a high rate of forgetting. In other words, children under the age of 3 do form memory and do some without language, but they forget the memories at a fast rate, probably faster than adults do. Researchers have set a standard, a sort of an expected rate of forgetting, but that expected rate was set based on the tests done on the adults. So what is the rate of forgetting for children under the age of 3? We expect it to be high, but the test probabilities really haven't been done yet. あ、これはむずいよ。なかなかむずい。